So this is for Brandon. Hello, thank you for the question. Health and abundance. Well, that's going to come down to perception because we all have different wants in life, right? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get some light on me. There we are. So, it just depends on what you think that is. It's different for each of us. From my perspective, I can only talk from my, truly. I mean, I see what's going on. I see what other people do. I can speak from there, but really I can only speak from my own experience. And what I consider health and abundance is different from other people unless I live a different life. So I'm not rich, hand to mouth, very abundant, feel very abundant in my life. And I am very abundant and see exactly what I need always has come to me. But I don't need a lot of things, and I like to live a simple life. And so that's how it is, in my life. So I can't give a seminar right now on how to make $1 million. I don't have $1 million. But I can definitely talk about health and abundance in my life. I'm 42, and it's like I'm getting younger. I've never felt so healthy. I never get sick. It's been a progression for decades, and now it's just been, 4 or 5 years, not even a sniffle. And even before that, it was just tapering off. I'd only be sick for 1 day a year. And it's all tied into how I feel and my happiness, and getting attuned with myself and letting things go. And just as I've progressed, I've seen my health progress. And of course then you start to feel grateful, more grateful and enjoy life. And the more you do that, of course, you attract it. So you attract the experiences you want. So for me, abundance is giggling in a park, or, blowing soap bubbles, or, cuddling with someone, or, creating something, or having an effect, a positive effect on other people, or being of service. Those are the things that I feel abundant for, and so I'm always attracting them. And even just what I need to do what I do, it always comes to me when I need it. Always comes to me. So just being grateful. Always being grateful, truly grateful, accepting what is. I've said it before. Gratitude is great, but if you skip acceptance, then you'll swing. Because you'll be the person that has mantras of life is great and thank you for this juice and whatever, and then you spend, the rest of the day, holding on to something from the past, or, complaining about something else in your life or whatnot. So you're sending a different vibration, so it's going back and forth. But if you practice acceptance and gratitude, acceptance of what is, because it is, too late, done deal, it is, and see that there's gifts in everything, and then continue to be grateful. And really this all comes from a choice to be happy. So it all stems from there. When you really make the choice, you'll be more consistent in those. And when you're consistent in those tools, then you'll just naturally progress, and things will naturally come to you. And sometimes they won't, and that's probably because your vibration was off. But for the most part, we do. We get exactly what we want, what we need, really. What we truly want and need in the now, in the moment. So, there's different ways people say it, like be in the vortex, it's all the same kind of thing. Feel how you want to be. So just be happy, just be grateful, just really enjoy everything in your life, and realize, geez, the gifts are just endless with that. It's just that taste of that hot chocolate, or just the feel of that bath, or just that moment between you and that person, or whatever it is. They're just endless gifts. When we relish in them, then we see more of them because they're there all the time anyways. And then on top of that, we start attracting even more things that we need and that we want to experience, and we start to see more magic. And as we do that, then we'll naturally want to do less harm to the body. That just naturally starts to happen. So we start eating better as time goes on, and we start doing a lot of things that were toxic. And so the less we do of those things, and that helps as well, and then we feel healthier, of course. But just the state, honestly, these shows totally respond. We make ourselves sick and we heal ourselves. We don't need doctors. We do, we do for like triage kind of things, but for long-term care, we're the best doctors. Our bodies, just be happy, joyous, accept what is, just keep working on your own personal experience, and the body will, these bodies just reflect that. So a lot of times people put a lot of focus on health. You really don't have to. I mean, if you want to, great. It's a great hobby for some people, they enjoy it. But honestly, if you're just really filling your heart and just relishing in life and all the gifts and being more consistent and self-love and loving everybody else and just living the life you want, even if it's on a more small level than maybe your big dreams are, but you're still doing what you want to do in some way, and you're not holding back in life, then it just all comes together, and then you'll attract more of it, and the body responds. The body starts to reflect how you feel. So feel it, be it, and then that's what your experience will be. You are the master of your own experience, even beyond the law of attraction kind of things. How we perceive is our experience, where one person jumps into a cold lake and it's hell, and another one jumps in and it's the greatest experience, and they're whooping it up and yelling and hollering and laughing and making it a joke. It's the same experience. How come they experience it differently? It was perception. So even on the most basic level, how you perceive will be your experience. If you want to feel abundant and healthy, well, you are. And if you're not feeling it right now, well, start to feel it. You start to feel healthy and abundant, and you will be healthy and abundant. That's it. It's a law of attraction. It's also perception. You are the master of your own experience. Great question, Brendan. Thank you. Good night. Oh, and Brandon, just on a little side note, less important of what I was talking about, but if you want to get into law of attraction, I forgot to mention, although I'm not abundant in ways other people would perceive abundance, but I am. I do have a quick, I'll just give you the sum of it, manifestation story, and that is my apartment that I've lived in happily for the last 9 years or so. I completely manifested. I was living with my parents many years, well, obviously about 8 or 9 years ago. I was living with my parents for quite some time. I believe it was 7 years, and they had certain illnesses and stuff, so I was there taking care of them, and but it went on and on and on, and loved the experience, but I was still obviously wanting to experience something else, and even my mother basically gave me the nudge and said, Mike, you can't you can't take care of us forever. Go live your life, while you can. So when things leveled out at home, then again, by manifesting them, but basically what it started with, and I never had heard of the law of attraction, so it wasn't on purpose, but I just naturally have always been a dreamer, so I kept lying in bed at night dreaming of the kind of life I would want to have and the kind of apartment I would like to have my own apartment, and so I just about every night, and I didn't do it to manifest it, I did it to enjoy it. So I was being it. I was happy when I was dreaming of that, and that being done so often, it manifests this, and I won't break down how this all came across, but I actually, again, didn't know about the law of attraction, so I wouldn't even know what was going on around me, but just life took all these twists, and then I ended up in a different city, and in a place I didn't think I'd be, for a job I didn't think I'd ever want to do, and just all these things happened, and then I ended up getting this apartment, and it wasn't until I was here a few years later that I went, wait a minute, what the heck, and I totally blocked it out, and I had dreamt this place exactly. This exact apartment with a sunroom and a brick wall behind the kitchen, and with the style of bathtub in the neighborhood and an artist community where there's art galleries with bistros and things like that. It's exactly, and I didn't even know that when I got the apartment. I chose the apartment as soon as I saw it. I was like, yes. Then I walked around the corner and saw this great strip with all these, great shops and restaurants and bistros, like I said, and galleries and antique shops. I had imagined, I've always loved water and waterfalls. A couple years after being here, I had no idea. I'm 5-minute walk to a waterfall and many more. So again, I love nature and everything, and it was right there. Just how convenient and quick downtown is to get downtown. Just so many things, everything I could ever want and that I did dream of, I actually manifested exactly to a T. To a T. And even the way I found this place, I won't get into, was synchronistic, but I had dreamt this whole thing and then totally forgot about it. But I totally manifested this. So just from a manifesting about abundance, again, the key is just to always feel abundant, and you get what you need and what you want. But for those that dream of the big manifest, yeah, just truly feel it. Not caring, because I didn't even know the law of attraction, so I wasn't thinking I have to have this to be happy, or that I'm going to try to get it, and because that also has a backstory. What if you don't? But if you can just play in the feeling long enough, we're powerful beings. And like I said, to a T, I manifested. Oh, and there's festivals right around the corner. A festival every year. It's the greatest festival, and there's all kinds of festivals in the city. And again, things I had dreamt of. Just every experience I've had here. I wanted to have 2 kitties. I've got the 2 best kitties in the world, etc., etc., etc. So super abundant. And it just depends what you want. Our ideas of abundance are different, but the universe, i.e. us really, is always conspiring in our favor.